that, we're going to be kicking over for the second half of our Mirror's Edge block, Mirror's Edge Catalyst, coming right to you guys from SGDQ2017.
All right, thanks for those fantastic interviews by Vegeta. So without further ado, we're going to kick it over to Matchbox Matt with Mirror's Edge Catalyst. One by one.
いわゆる強くてニューゲームというやつ。
I can hear myself. Good. Nothing's started yet, by the way. So I thought I would start off this run with a really lengthy load screen. No. We're going through all the missions one by one, so this is unavoidable. But I'll just yell go and just get started.
Woo!
Shoutouts to load screens.
It's a pretty fresh load screen. Got to zip
All right,
up.
it's right when the cursor appears in the middle of the screen. And go. Woo!
Okay.
So, hey guys, welcome to Mirror's Edge Catalyst. This is New Game Plus, and we'll just start off with a roll call. I'm Matchbox Matt.
I am John Carls.
I'm Black Belt Ninja. I stuck around.
And I'm Alex, HXC15.
Yep. And this category, New Game Plus, is when we take a completed save with all the skills unlocked, and we proceed to play through each mission.
そうですね。確かに日本と海外の大きな違いはそれかもしれない。
This first mission release is by far the most difficult. Tons and tons of stuff is going to be going on, so I'm going to be mostly turning it to the guys behind me for all the commentary.
Yeah, we're going to have to blitz explaining some tricks just because there's a lot going on in the first part. But once we get through this,
カタリストはオリジナルのミラーズエッジと
Yeah,
全
there's a
然
ton of stuff.
雰囲気が
We
違
got a
うっ
little
ていう
bit of
の
everything
話はさっきも
released.
してましたけど
Coming up here, we're going to do a warehouse skip. We're pretty much just going to jump on top of a warehouse instead of going
ゲー
through
ムの流れ
it,
が
which skips a bunch of tutorials and stuff you don't need to worry about.
yeah.
So the
まあでも
basic,
基本的
he's
な仕組みは
gonna,
同じですね。
climb up the side of the building using quick turns or Q turns. He's basically going to manipulate the camera so he can jump to the side instead of doing a 180 with a quick turn.
Yeah, you can quick turn
もっ
and
と
double
UI
wall
とか
climb
モダンな
on
感じになってます
perpendicular
ね。
walls, which is kind of intended, but it can be abused.
Nice.
That is a very tough
ここら
trick.
辺の
It's a
壁
lot
登りとか
harder
も
than
結構難
maybe
しい
it
技
even
なんで
looks. The success rate is
スラス
not
ラ成功さ
as
せて
high
ま
as
す
you
ね、やっ
might
ぱり。
think. That was awesome.
But once you're up here, it's not over because we still need to get over a pretty critical gap using a wall boost. If you want to explain that.
Same thing as the first game of wall boost. The game kind of sucks you in. It gives you that extra speed, and you just kind of get off the wall real quick, and it boosts you over. Wall
Yeah.
boost.
All the walls kind of have magnets that pull you in. So yeah, just jumping quick enough out of that wall run is what makes sure that you
そうです
maintain
ね。
speed.
寄付とか賞
We got a
金、
ledge
特
board,
に
and
賞
you're
金
gonna
に
springboard
関
off
し
the
て
ledge
は
just like that, and get
日
sucked.
本は
Wow.
法律があるので
Kind of
Really good
handhold
start.
mechanics there.
難しいところはあ
The
る
game
と
just
思
kind
い
of
ます
wants you to get on that ledge.
Yeah, something about corners just have really weird collisions. So you can, if you aim toward corners, you'll really magnet it up and get the step up that he wants to get.
Yep.
Another quick out of bounds here. Just skips having to go around the building, and you can grab the zip line a little early.
Yep, and then he's going to do float
ここら
glitch.
辺
Down here,
実はスラ
basically,
ス
he's
ラっと
gonna glitch himself into a floating state
壁
by
抜きをしてた
crouching
り
and
するん
falling
で
off
す
the
ね。
edge, which you can do on any ledge in the game. Just float around to the door.
Yeah. It's not actually used
Well,
as many
we
times as you think it would be,
must-
because a lot of the times you're moving upward in missions and not downward.
多分あれかな
But
You have yet to
縁に
find
落ちる
upwards floating.
と同時に落ちるか
That'd
ら
be super nice.
縁にいると
This
思
is
っ
the
てる
butt
のかな
skip. He's basically gonna just hit a trigger behind the
Yeah,
door.
you got to crouch and jam your way back into that door, and that makes sure that the game registers that you beat the whole tutorial section, which he didn't, but it's all good.
Yeah, this is one of those games that starts out with just a litany of very difficult tricks and kind of heavy reset points just starting off right off the gate, and Matt's doing a really great job just hitting each of these and really executing well.
Right here, another trick.
Oh. So the corner wall climb is what he's trying to do there. He's going to wall run real quick and then jump and turn his camera so he gets a wall climb.
今のはミスっぽいです
Not the
ね。
easiest thing to do because
落ちてしまった
it's super super quick. It's got a small window to jump off and turn.
Yeah,
That one was my fault.
Nice.
there we go.
Nice.
So that pretty much just kind of skips that whole floor and just kind of gets you to the next floor.
So do you guys want to explain kind of what abilities you take over into New Game Plus that help you do a lot of these tricks and tech?
NG プラス
basically,
で
you
ど
got
ん
a
な
skill tree in this game,
スキル
unlike
が
in the first game. So you have to unlock a lot of your basic
キツがあるんですか
parkour moves that you can do, like rolling and quick turn itself. Among combat upgrades where you do more damage and
基本的にはスキルツリーの大体が引き継がれると思うし、コンバットの戦闘に関しても引き継がれると。
You can only use the mag rope in certain situations. That's specific lock-on points, but normally you don't have those.
It's used to block
海外主体のイベントだとね。あ、なるほどね。
Yep. And New Game Plus.
おはようございます。
Yep. And the hardest is behind us.
Yeah, good job. You can get stuck in release because there's so many things in it, and this just feels good once you get out here.
Yeah. It's worth noting that anytime that you're in a building, usually each floor has like a ton of running around. You can see all the red stuff. There's runner vision in this game too. And the game kind of guides you all over the place, but if we're ever in a building and you see me jumping up to the next floor, you can assume that I'm skipping a lot of content.
There's a lot of interesting things that changed from Mirror's
こういうふうにこのゲームっ
Mirror's
て
Catalyst, but
次の
a lot
行
of things
き
that
場
almost
所
stay
と
the
かって
same.
いうのは結構
Like in the original
結構広いん
Mirror's
で
Edge,
行き
you
場
could
所
get
と
to
か
full
を
speed
教えてくれるんですけ
using,
ど、
abuse
なんか矢印を
mechanic
書くとかじゃなくて、赤い
in this game, it's an intended mechanic.
ものがあ
You
る
get
と
full
思うん
speed
ですけど、
instantly
あれに向か
wherever
って
you
いけ
want.
っていうのが基本的な流れなんです。
Great release.
ただ、それがいろんな場所にあるんですけど、RT 見てるだけだと分かんないです。結構いろんな場所をスキップしてて。だから壁抜けしたりとか、トリック使ったりして。
I'll let you guys take that one.
結構いろんなものをスキッ
I
プし
don't
て
know.
る。
I think you got this one covered.
Well, we usually skip a lot of the story.
There's a lot going on yet. It's
Yeah, we're trying to save the
日本
world.
ってあんまり強くてニューゲーム
It's a very
やらない
unique story.
It
印象で
starts
すね。
off with you having to a couple tutorial missions where you're learning the ropes, and then you go into some missions where you're repaying a debt, and then while you're repaying your debt, some stuff happens to your friends.
And meanwhile, I jumped to my death. And
Oh yeah.
So what that was, he pretty much just skipped the cutscene and got the teleport trigger that would happen after the cutscene. For whatever reason, landing in that area just skips it.
Yep.
Yeah, sometimes you'll see him jump off of a building intentionally to land somewhere to hit a landing zone for a different area and trigger that. So not all of the falling is intentional.
Another cool little speed tech here is just springboarding with a ceiling above you. Gives you horizontal momentum too. So you can use that in a couple of locations to gain a little bit of speed.
Get to see a little bit of the combat in the game here. A lot of kicking people in the face.
Yeah, you do more damage when you come down from the top, as well as if you kick off of a wall run or a wall climb.
Yeah, so the combat ends up coming down to finding a wall,
空中から蹴り下ろした方
and letting the
が
guards come to you a lot of
ダメー
times,
ジが大きいのでそうしてるようですね。
which you'll see here pretty much.
こんな感じで。
So as you can see, like the game kind of pulls me whenever I'm attacking enemies. As long as I'm in the air or bouncing off of a wall, I'm going to get some damage boosts, and all the new game skill plus, new game plus skills will give you some extra damage. So these guys
結構
perish pretty quick.
さっきのミラーズエッジオリジナル方ではいろんなものをスキップしてどんどん走っていく印象ですけど、このカタリストの場合はいろんなものを倒していかなきゃいけない。大変じゃ大変ですね。そういう意味で NG プラスの方が便利だったりするんでしょうね。
Yeah, we have something really cool. So we have a runner named JD who comes up with these crazy skips. And they're notorious for saving only like 2 or 3 seconds, but they look super cool. And they're also tremendously difficult, but we're going to go for it.
何やら 2,3 秒しか短縮しないけどめちゃくちゃ見た目がクールなスキップがあるのでそれをやってやるぜって言ってますね。
Yeah, the C boost coming up, collision boost. Basically, if you do a wall run and you collide with an object and jump off, nice. You get a little boost, you get to go a lot faster than just a normal wall boost, which you can chain through bunny hops.
Yeah, bunny hops are really weird because it's not the first frame that you need to jump off of. It's just a specific frame right when you land, and you can maintain your speed from the wall boost with that jump. So you have to use spacebar. You can't just spam the scroll wheel like you would in the original Mirror's Edge.
Yeah, there's the input threshold. You can't actually do it at all.
Ooh, got it.
Good stuff.
That's good. That's a lot harder than it looks.
普段ジャンプできないとこ
If
ろ
you
を
don't jump
あ
off
あやっ
that
て
wall
ギリ
quick
ギリ
enough,
で
you
ジャン
won't
プする
maintain
ことによ
speed
っ
for your
て
wall boost. And there's also a lot of stuff in your way
い
that
ますよ
could stop you from getting the wall boost. So
Yeah, guys, we did it. We saved 3 seconds. Let's
本
go.
当は行くべきじゃないところ行くとああいう風
So
に
Matt, you
バ
said
ー
in
ッ
your
と周り
interview
が白
that
く
a
な
lot
っ
of
て
people
戻りな
criticized
さい
this
って
game
言われるん
critically
です
when
け
it
ど
came out.
早く行
What
け
are the
ば
things that you would say to people that maybe
その
kind of
前
just
に
wrote
目
it
標
off
地点
when
ま
it
で行け
came
ば
out
OK
in
っ
terms
ていう
of
ことです
wanting to
ね。
play it? I know you're really passionate about the game. and
Yeah,
really like it.
it's no secret. I absolutely love this game. And I think a lot of people didn't give it a shot because most of the reviews were like, yo, the story's not too hot. But the gameplay is so good. But
the
I mean,
story
I'll
clearly
just let it
stuck with
speak
you
for
with that explanation.
Dude, saving the world through parkour.
Yeah.
So this mission is pretty much the first actual mission. The first three were kind of tutorials and everything. It starts off with a bang. We got a really difficult wall run that he's going to try to do over a really large gap.
Yeah, we really got to rely on the magnet to get over this.
Yeah, nice. So that's not very easy.
Then we skip a couple
スラッ
floors.
と壁
Yeah, and that's
壁
the double
走りを
wall
して
climb
しまうあ
coming
たりが
into.
And now I'm on a
やっぱすごいですね。
No, it's fine. I have to get
落ちてしま
around
ったので
this
リスタートです
elevator as fast as possible so I can attempt this clip that was found very recently. It was added in the past couple weeks.
Yeah, something Matt said earlier kind of sticks with me because I've watched him play this casually a lot, and sometimes it's really hard to understand what's going on because it's pretty chaotic. But anytime he's jumping up a wall,
Perfect.
That trick is crazy hard. So, and it skips having to open the elevator doors and climb up some stuff on the sides. So it saves quite a bit of time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, that's awesome. I'm sorry. I was just going to say, anytime you're climbing up a wall, like you said, and going to a different floor, you're actually skipping a considerable amount of content. And it might not be obvious to a casual viewer, but he's really doing a lot of this as unintended. It might just look like, oh, this game's intended to be parkour, and it is, but he's doing a lot of extreme things to skip different floors and different sections entirely of intended play.
Including stuff like this.
Yeah.
That's another example of the corner being used to pull you up really well.
ここ普通に見てるとなんか当たり前にやってるように見えても実は
There's pretty much a lot of just getting to the second
壁蹴り
floor
と
by
か
a
いろんなことを
much
して
quicker route
ギリギリ
than
でジャンプ
intended.
したり
Like,
し
usually
て
the red
いろん
ones
な
let you go around a room, so
階を
there's
ス
like
キップ
three
してるよ
extra
って
rooms
話
for
し
you
ま
to
す
go through in a lot of levels. But you
確
can
かに
just
見てるだけだ
get to the second
と
floor.
あこんな感じでゲームって進むのかって思っちゃうけど実際やってみるとかなり
Girl's definitely gonna deal
もっ
with
といろんなと
arthritis
こ
when
ろ
she gets
走り
older.
回っていかなきゃいけないでしょうね
And then this is another example of using the
そういうふうに
interact
どこ
to really
どっからどこを
slide
ジャンプ
into
すればい
where
け
you
る
need
か
to
っていう
go.
のを考えるのも楽し
The
いや
interact key
っぱり
gets
こういう
you
ゲー
through
ムだ
that.
と
Yeah, interactables are kind of broken. Also, this room is like a minute long, and Runner Vision guides you through all these vents and stuff, but we do it in like 10 seconds.
It's awesome.
You might notice that each time that I'm going on a staircase, the screen is vibrating because I'm mashing jump, and it pushes me up the staircase even faster. I grab onto those instead of doing a double wall climb so that I can get a smooth entrance into vents. It's the tiny stuff that
そうそうそう
Galaxy
そう
just
そう
had an aneurysm.
視聴者の感覚麻痺前 RTA ばっかり見てるとあこんな感じでゲームってやるんだみたいな思ってしまう
This would be a good time for a donation.
で実際 RTA を始めてしま
We
う
have
と
$100
まあ
from
どのぐらい
Cheerleader.
RTA やってる人が多いか
Thank
わ
you
からないですけど
so
も
much
実際
for
に
running Mirror's Edge Catalyst.
常に
I
もう
waited years for this game after
RTA
playing
やっ
the
てる
original and seeing it here being
普通に
broken this way
なん
is
ていうのか
great.
な通常プレイをやろうとしても RTA の働いてしまうことはよくあるんですよ
$100 from Anonymous. Love GDQ. This is awesome as always. Keep it up.
Nice. So right there, if you go to the side of the window when you break through the glass, it actually is supposed to be
そう
slow
ですね
motion,
64と
slow
か
mo cutscene. But if you go to the left, you can skip the slow mo.
Some cool bunny hops right there. You'll see this is what the slow motion would have looked like. This is one of the
あとはあれ
slow
で
motions
す
you
ね
can't skip.
Yes, there is
ス
a
ーパー
trigger
マリオブ
or
ラザーズ
checkpoint
1と
on
か
the rope that you have to
1
get
作目とか
to continue the mission.
Yeah. There's a couple other occasions where we
ダービアンって有名なスーパーマリオブラザーズの RTA 奏者がいるんですその人めちゃくちゃ有名でその人のストリームばっかり見てる人が他の RTA のみたいに RTA 奏者見に行ったりとかしてなんであれやんないのとか言って
to the end of the mission even faster by taking the
い
shortcut.
やだってあいつがダービアンがすごいだけだよっていう話なんです
But New Game Plus gives you this luxury.
Any% has a lot of really cool tech too. We figure out ways around not having double wall climb or quick turn to gain the height that we need for certain things. But the first half of the run is very different since we have all the skills unlocked. We won't have all the skills normally in any% until Flytrap, which is about halfway through.
そうですね上手い人ばっかり見ると結構
And
それに感覚が麻痺してしまう
So
のはよ
that's the fourth mission, right? Out of 15.
Yeah. So Savant Extraordinaire, if you blink at the very beginning, it's going to pass right by you. This mission is completely broken. Normally you go up this elevator and you go to this other building and then you have to play through all of this stuff. It's like a 5 or 6 minute mission, but we skip all of it, and I'll just show you how. You can do this at home. It's really easy.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite missions in the game, just because of how quick it is.
So
it's kind of annoying though.
Yeah, we grab onto an imaginary rail. It's in there, and then I'm going to establish a
怪しい
checkpoint,
壁抜
If
け
you
があった
stand
け ど
still long enough, the game will checkpoint you.
Yeah. So this is a frame perfect jump right here. But if we get it, then we skip the entire mission.
So normally you'd be going up through the tower.
ここで1フレーム精度のジャンプがあって、それをできれば
Yeah, that's really hard.
ミッションの大部分を
You
スキ
get
ッ
that
プでき
corner
ま
wall
す。
climb and you're able to make it to the final checkpoint and just kind of finish it off.
Another thing I would say to note is that the Mirror's Edge
いろんなとこ歩き回ったりする
actually
必要がなく、
judges themselves
ただ
by
あそ
in-game
こから
time.
ジ
So a
ャ
lot
ン
of
プ
times
したら終
messing
わ
up
りとい
trips
う。
like that kind of doesn't penalize you quite as much because the loading times don't count towards your time.
Yeah. We had people develop an automatic load remover, which is awesome. But yeah, the mission finished, by the way.
Nice.
That'd normally be like a 4-minute, 5-minute
Cheater.
mission.
Yeah.
maybe.
Just cheating.
I am. So
こいつチートしてるぞ。
I went
いや、
to
チート
the
してる
very
よ。
last checkpoint, and it's just the way the checkpoint system works in Mirror's Edge Catalyst, is that sometimes you have these checkpoints that you have to hit or else the mission won't progress, and then other times you can run to the end of an area and it'll allow us to continue.
So Benefactor is one of my favorite missions just because it's super fluid if you can do it well. And
Yeah.
there's not super big skips in there. There's a new tech that we get to use, the map turn later on, which is very similar to Q-turning, but it's a bit more precise because you can use the map to rotate the camera.
Yeah, so right there, he just used double wall climb to skip a lot of ladders. Like in the first game, if we can avoid ladders, we do.
That was a nice little optimization.
Nice.
There.
It's really cool.
Yeah, something that's only possible in New Game Plus.
And then coming up here, he's going to do another just set of wall climbs that's going to put him... again, it just saves a lot of having to go around in circles. This double wall climb right here. And then he's going to briefly go out of bounds using the springboard.
Oops. Sometimes this gives you a hug. It doesn't want to let you go. But that's actually out of bounds, very, very briefly.
Hugs are nice.
高いところ全然通ってない。まあ通る必要がないですからね。
So normally this
最後
mission
の
is
赤い
about,
ところに行けばいい
you're
と
gonna
い
take
う
down the building
感覚
for
ですからね。
your benefactor. His name is Dogen. He wants you to drop the tune mass dampener in the building, and it will break down the building and everything. But instead, we're just going to be making our way to the final checkpoint, so you don't even have to do it. It
Yeah.
skips a good 5 minutes.
And it saves the building.
Save the building.
Wow.
トゥーゲンといういろいろ指示してくるおっさんなのかわかんないけ
Yeah,
ど
so
いるん
speaking
で
of
すけ
fire
ど、
alarms, we're about to
その
figure out
人に
right
は
now.
今回この
And
ミ
we
ッション
have
で
the
は
means to get up here even faster
この建物を
without
壊す
bounds,
ため
but
に準備
because
し
of
ろ
the
とい
checkpoint
う
of that vent, we
指
have to
示
get
だっ
through
たん
there.
ですけど、別に最後のチェッ
Otherwise,
クポイントに行けば
we
クリア
won't
に
be
な
able
る
to hit
と
the。fire alarm. Also, testament to DICE. This is kind of like their, I don't know, like their little technical showcase. So all of this is the open world, by the way. Like you can run through all of that stuff, and as we zoom out, it just keeps going and going.
Yeah, it's a good point to note how just like visually stunning this game is. I think it's really gorgeous. A lot of fun to watch it get broken.
It's kind of a shame New Game Plus skips a lot of the open world navigating, but at the same time, it also streamlines the speed run.
Yeah.
This is a cool trick.
Yep, this is the map turn coming up. So basically, he's going to quick turn, and if he opens the map, he can actually move face camera or move her direction with the map, allowing him to precisely jump the direction that he wants to.
壁登ってる間に
Takes you to the poles, and you just
地図で
find the
向きを
final
ちょっと
checkpoint,
変えると
and you
そ
make
れ
your way
で
out.
移動できるよっていう。
So while you go down, Matt, I think we need to ask the
なるほど。
question everyone's asking. What's it like being the
そう
Orlando
ですよ、ゴールすれ
Bloom
ばいいん
speedrunning?
です。やることはどうでもいいですよ。
Well,
最終目的地に行けば
no comment.
全て OK。
No comment.
That's fair.
No. This would be a good time for a donation.
Absolutely, and we're getting quite a few of them. With $40 from Tamoa, says, "Hey Matt and Alex, hi from the Catalyst Discord. We eagerly await your fantastic wall kicks. Don't mess up Flytrap. And finally, World record? Check. His own emojis? Check. Beautiful voice? Check. Face of MEC SGDQ? Check. Who is it? Oh, it must be Matt.
I agree.
10 out of 10 pasta.
$150 from Raucus, who says, watching GDQ has become one of my favorite biannual events. Shout out to Joe, Jim, and Eric. You guys make it that much more fun. Oh, donating to a good cause is pretty great too. Kill the animals.
Oh.
We are hitting the halfway point in the run with Flytrap. This is usually the run under for most people because it has two really demanding skips. They're quite big and very technical to pull off, but I think we'll be fine, hopefully.
I agree.
Fast. There's also a skip which skips like 2 minutes of platforming. It's tremendously easy. Again, you guys can do this at home.
Do you guys want to explain Flytrap skip before he starts, just so people can kind of see what's going on while it happens?
A little bit, I think. But yeah.
Yeah, I can explain elevator when he's doing it. But what he's going to be doing up here is basically an ode to Jackie Chan. I think somebody watched a couple, one too many Jackie Chan movies. He's just going to go ahead and get down using the vents here instead of doing a bunch of platforming.
That's really bad for your wrists.
There you go. Now he's going to be doing an elevator skip coming up here. Basically, he's just going to skip riding the slowest elevator in the game by wall running and wall climbing into a really small ledge in the corner of the room, allowing him to climb the shaft without using the elevator.
Yeah, it saves like roughly 30 seconds or so.
これだけで30秒短縮できるってぐらいですね。このゲームのエレベーター結構遅いんで、それをスキップできるだけでもかなり。
Just need a little bit more height. Just need a little bit more going the right way.
だんだん僕も寄ってきた。
Oh, okay. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to angle my camera perfectly so that it initiates a wall run opposite from where I'm jumping toward it. So sometimes you kind of bop the pole there, and it won't let
壁を走るのを、まあずっと走るわけじゃないんで、それを初期化しなきゃいけないと。だからカメラをうまく動かして、壁を走るのを何回も初期化するようにしてたんですけど、それは失敗しちゃったみたいな感じですね。こういう風にカメラをくるくる回しながらいろんな壁を登って、どんどん登っていくという形ですね。
And I believe he bases a lot of this off of audio cues.
Oh no, that's fine. There we go.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's still faster.
That is a very hard skip. And that was recently implemented only like a few months ago, right?
Yeah, everything is, it's constantly being added.
ほんの数ヶ月前に実際 RT に使われた技なんで、初めて RT に使われた技なんで結構新しい技ですね。
All of that, despite dying and everything, I was still faster.
こういう風に新しいゲームの RT だとどんどんいろんな技が見つかるんで、そういう意味でも走るのが面白いです。
It's not because it needs load or anything. It's just because it needs.
There's a lot of story exposition that goes on in there. It's supposed to build up dramatic tension.
So yeah, so the story here is that you're messing with KSEC. It's a post-apocalyptic world, and corporations rule it. And KSEC is a company that serves as the government, and they're destroying your home base because they don't like people who can parkour. We're too fresh to death.
So coming up here is fight skip. He's gonna skip a big fight that usually takes a long time. There's like 4 or 5 waves of enemies that you got to go through. So what he's going to do is
4、5人ぐらい普通に進むと敵が出てくるんですけど、それをうまく避けていくというスキップですね、これは。
Except the first step of getting out of bounds is really, really hard, and that's what was the barrier to finding the skip for the longest time.
Fun fact, so you see that the bar says skipping, right? And I filled it, right? It's just a fact of life that the game, for whatever reason, I think it's like loading light cues and stuff, so that's why that happens. It just takes a while to skip. So I'm actually doing a bunch of setups, and there we go. Yeah, they're all just different ones to get up onto this light pole right here. This is very precise. Got it.
Nice.
That is a really, really tough skip. That's one of the toughest in the game. And you'll see him pause buffering here to stay running on this while he's kind of out of bounds.
Yeah, so what the pause buffer does is it resets Faith's position to standing instead of sliding, so he can just kind of pause buffer on top of the slope.
Yeah. Any slippery surfaces, that a lot of them which try to keep you out of bounds, you can just pause buffer, just mash escape.
Lets you run on slippery surfaces you're not supposed to be running on.
So yeah, this is him just going far enough away from the area that it unloads the ground from underneath all the guys.
Yeah. So the cursor, or like that little circle that you see around the very center reticle, that's the enemy. So you can see that they're still spawned, and they're still spawning. At the beginning of the fight, I kill 2 guys to initiate the next wave. And then I'm trying to get them all to spawn so that when I hit about right here, the floor unloads underneath them. And eventually you'll just start seeing it kind of flicker and die out. So that's all of them falling to their death. And we just gotta wait for a cutscene to hit. Okay, so that's a cutscene of the boss guy just being tossed out of bounds. Now I'm gonna purposely destroy myself so that right when I get out of that cutscene, I die and it reloads the area. So that instead of us just falling to our death again, the layer is brought back. So that actually saves
さっきのミラーズエッジの方でもありましたけど、ゲームの方が追いつかないことがあるんですよ。RTA で速く走りすぎると。特にこのゲーム、ローディングがはっきりしたローディングがないので、マップの中で。
So that kind of brings a question to my mind.
普通はエリアに入ったらそのエリアをローディングしてから全部ローディングしてから行くっていうのがある。このゲームはそのエリアの中でローディングが全くないので、だからこの自分が住みながらゲームを追っていくようにローディングしていく仕組みになってるんですよね。だからさっきのミラーズエッジでも早く行きすぎるとエレベーターがロードしなくて真っ黒になっちゃうから、エレベーターが追いつくように少しこうゆっくりへ行って行きますみたいなものがありましたね。RTA のある感じですね、やっぱり。
A lot of great runners, a really dedicated community to breaking the game. And the floor is going to unload underneath us, and that means the mission is over.
Nice.
So what he did there is there's just a chase sequence. Normally in any percent you'd have to run to the next safe house. That's just the in-game mechanic for getting the enemies off of you, even just when you're in the open world. But
そうですね、シームレスだそう。その言葉は言いなかった。シームレスの弊害ですね。
So you can just kind of get back on the slope, run back to where you came from, and the mission ends.
Yep. This will be a good time for donations.
Sure thing. We have $70 from Ace Zephyr, who says, super excited for the Catalyst run. Glass isn't broken enough. We have a huge $500 donation.
Woo!
Wow.
That's a lot of Chipotle burritos.
From Anonymous, just reading Death to the Animals.
Aww.
$20 from Anonymous. Hi, Matt. It's your old friend Drew. You used to run too far ahead of me in Left 4 Dead, and it made me mad. I guess you always just wanted to run fast. I see that now. I love you.
That was cute.
So I'm just kind of nodding my head and smiling because I can't hear the donations because I'm partially deaf. This mission is really straightforward. We only have one major skip, and it's that button right there. So you can kind of tell what the game wants you to do based on where the diamond is located. So you have a button that kind of loads this platform over here.
あんまりスキップがないんで、
very careful.
って言いながらスキップしてるけど、ここで。
Very careful corner wall run.
大体はその赤いところに入っていくよっていうのが多いってことですね、このミッションで。で、他のグループの記者、なるほど。
There's so much going on in this run, it's almost hard to appreciate just each trick. I mean, you guys are just constantly sequence breaking this game.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably, how much of the game do you think you do as intended, quote unquote?
I'd say about 50-50. 50-50. Because sometimes you can't tell if that's what the developers wanted you to find. Because, you know, you can easily ignore the runner's vision.
Yeah.
Usually it's when the game won't let you progress unless you hit a checkpoint that we realize that we kind of broke it. So for instance, we can actually get to the end of Sanctuary much faster.
まあでも、
And the way that we
一
do
人
that
称だから
is
こ
we
その
load
爽
up the
快感
mission,
はあると思
we
う。
quit the mission,
やっぱス
and
ピー
then
ド
when
があ
we
る
load
時
up
とか
again,
一人称の時の方が
the world state is in the
早
new
く感じ
game
ますし。
plus world state where
まあで
everything
も
has
確か
been
に三人
completed,
称
and
視
a
点の
lot
オ
of
プション
changes
もあ
have
っ
been
たりした
opened
ら面
up,
白いか
so
も
we
しれ
can
ない
kind
で
of
す
run
ね。
it almost like some of the dashes that happen down there,
まあ
and
FPS
run
ゲームで
straight
す
to
から
the
ね。
end. But the problem is that if we don't hit the second button
一応。
in that mission, which was the only button that you guys saw me hit, it will not let you complete the mission.
So there's things that you could possibly figure out in the future that you guys just don't know
Yeah.
what to do at this point.
Yeah, there's a lot of cases where we've really broken the missions and figured out ways to get to the end, but just because of the checkpoints, we have to figure out, okay, what kind of different checkpoints can we use to override the previous ones so we can get further.
今ちょっと遅れてるのかな？
Is
ーと
kind of all about following the runner's vision and oh my god. Okay.
おっしゃっ
You haven't sung yet. What's going on?
I know. Yeah. I haven't
ちょっと遅れてますね。
moving on, I tried going for a springboard right there, but sometimes if you hit at a weird angle, it won't give you anything. It just kills your speed. But yeah, this game wants you to... Oh, I was clipping into an enemy there. This game wants you to run all around this room and kill all these enemies, but we can just run straight for these little sentry drones.
It's a running theme in all Mirror's Edge games.
それ多分 RT でやると本当の意味のチートになっちゃうんでやっちゃいけないでしょうけど。でも面白そうですね。
That was not intended, but hey, it worked.
Yeah, here's just another room where there's guards everywhere. And in any percent, it's a little bit more dangerous because you have less health. But in New Game Plus, you can pretty safely run through them.
このエリアは結構兵士が多くて、
Yeah, there's like 2 or 3
いろいろダメージ受けちゃいますけども。
that you have in New Game
まあ
Plus.
NG プラスなんで体力も多いんで、そんなに危ないことはないです。2% のニューゲームの方だと結構危ないことはあり
Pushing
ま
those
す。
sentries off. And we're good. So usually at the end of a mission, it has like big red text that tells you that you're finished. But the queue for when these missions actually can be exited out of or when they're actually finished are different. So assuming you pull up the menu at different times, it won't let us progress otherwise. So I'm not just loading a mission in the middle of a mission. Let's talk a little bit about Vive.
Yeah, so after the previous 2 missions, they were kind of straightforward. Vive goes back to the kind of game-breaking out of bounds that we want to see. There's some really cool out of bounds stuff that we got in here, and it just skips basically rooms where you're being shot at and everything. It's pretty safe to go through as well. There's a out of bounds at the end of it as well that saves you from having to possibly go through an area where you can instantly die for whatever reason. Nice and safe to get these out of bounds.
So the first out of bounds, it doesn't look like it, but right here, jumping up here.
Yeah, this is not intended. I'm going to slide underneath this imaginary wall, and then using a ledge board, I'm going to spring up out of bounds.
And also hit a trigger for the checkpoint.
Yeah.
ちょっと壁から頭を
So it's not supposed to look like this,
チェッ
huh?
クポイントに触るという技です
Contrary
ね。
to popular belief.
でもう完全にここら辺は壁抜けしてますね。
Coming up. Oh, no. So I'm trying to do a corner wall climb on an invisible wall because we're on the side that doesn't have a texture.
He's the only person who does that, by the way. There are much safer strats there.
But that's not any fun.
I like to go fast. Okay. Here you go. Got it.
Nice.
Yeah.
成功しましたね。
The cool thing about this trick is you can literally see the rooms that we're skipping.
Yeah, now it's just a matter of getting back inbounds, but
で
luckily
も
this
ここら
wall
辺は
is
もう
very
壁抜けで
generous,
どんどん
so
どんどん行っていくよって感じ
we're
で
good.
すね。
Which is not normal, actually,
で戻ってき
because
ました
in a lot of out-of-bounds skips, especially in certain later missions,
そう、リスタートしても壁抜けてるのが面白いですね、や
haven't
っぱ
figured
り。
them out just yet. There's two-way collision, which helps us stand
もういいよ、
on
抜けたなら抜けたとこから
places,
始め
but
ろっ
it
て感
also
じです。
prevents us from going back in, so we're really fortunate to have that little gap there. And we've also found out how to get all the way up here too with out of bounds, but it's significantly slower. So sometimes it's just faster to platform efficiently. That skips this room here.
Yeah, you can get a wall climb from that pole. It seems like you should be wall running from after the pole, and that's definitely what they intended, but you can't get the wall climb.
Yeah. Huge skip right there.
It really doesn't look like it, but grabbing that invisible floor is a huge workaround that you just skipped.
Yeah, this is, that's called turret skip. We're supposed to run around this building and disable these turrets that take minutes, but instead, and here's one more, we clip up to the next floor above us and skip all that platforming. Now, by hitting that button, I'm now back on track with the game. The game has caught up with me. So you can see like the runner's vision is
壁抜けとかしてフロア飛ばしたりしましたけど、あそこでスイッチ触って戻ってきました。もう壁抜けできないよ。ここからはまあある程度普通には進めていくんですよ。しばらくは。
Yeah, I got a really good collision boost right there, so I actively have to slow down. Or else you'll just be sitting there, hanging there, wondering why.
ここでも RTA ならではの早く行き過ぎたのでちょっと遅くしてやんないとここに登れないのかな。
It's also important to note that Faith has some pretty fresh kicks on, so.
Yeah. One of those fresh kicks includes clipping into the floor right there.
Also, we're back out of bounds.
Oh yeah, we were out of bounds for like a hot second.
But also, we're back in bounds now, so it's fine.
Yeah.
今も 0.5 秒ぐらい
You can just trust
壁抜けてました。
But we're back out of bounds now.
Yeah, this is actually out of bounds. Here's an invisible wall.
Oh, nice.
本当だ。
And
見えない壁を登っていく感じ。
some tough corner wall climbs coming up right here. Got it.
ここら辺壁
Okay, now we're
登
on
って
an
っ
invisible
て
floor, and this is the
見え
trigger
ない
for
フロ
the
アを歩いてって登っていきました。これはもうぶっ壊れてますね。
So Matt, for people watching that might be interested in picking up the speed run, how accessible is it? Are there a lot of safe strats where you can actually maybe not do some of these difficult tricks, or?
Yeah, actually, I would say that if you can beat this game, you can speedrun this game. Because the game trains you to run it really well. The great thing is that a lot of it looks really cool, and it makes you feel really cool, and it's not that hard. It's all right. I mean, of course, like anything.
このゲームクリアできるならこのゲーム RTA できるよ。
Yeah, if you beat this game and you enjoy doing the dashes, which are like little time trial runs.
ダッシュとか壁ジャンプとかジャンプとかが楽しければ全然 RTA できますよ。
This is a skip, by the way.
こういうトリックとか結構難しそうに見えるけど、そこまで難しくないから気軽に始めてごらんって。
It's kind of tricky because the wall climb area is really small. You have to do it pretty much right next to where the rope hooks into the wall.
Yeah, got a little 29 roll there. Sometimes when you land on a platform and you roll, you'll roll to the floor beneath you, and so you don't take any damage, and it saves on some animation frames. Shout outs to RE2929, who is a former Mirror's Edge drummer and also started off with this game. It's named after him since he found it. Right now, we're typically chasing after this helicopter in the story to get somewhere where we need to go. And we are now, because of that skip, we are way super ahead of it. So now we just gotta...
今ヘリコプター追いかけてんだけど、スキップとかいろいろしたから、今先に行っちゃったと。だから目的地に行ったヘリコプターを待って。
Might not seem like it, but we actually saved a lot
それで
of
捕ま
time
り
here
に
by
行く。
doing that. You're either very ahead of it or you're behind significantly. Right now, I'm going to hit reload checkpoint because it puts our checkpoint further into this elevator shaft, and it's faster than playing through that room. Both in-game time and real time, like this load screen is faster. Then you're going to see me kind of just fall down the shaft. It wants us to ride these elevators down, but we can just do a carefully placed death right here, and we'll spawn further down.
So that death abuse is part of a setup coming up for this trick called door drop, if you want to explain that.
Yeah, so what he's going to do coming up is he's going to drop down the shaft again, but he's going to open up a door at the bottom, and if you can do it pretty much frame perfect timing.
That was just a hair too soon.
Yeah, it's funny because you can like she got the door opening animation.
ここら辺死んでますけど、ここら辺は意図的に死んでいて、うまく死ぬと、その死んだ先でリスポーンできるんですよ。
If your camera is ever so slightly off, then the trajectory for Faith's fall is completely different. So.
ここら辺もそこそこ難しいトリックなんですね。
Hold forward. Got it.
すごい。地面に当たる前にドアを開けるってことかな。
So that just skips an elevator that you'd have to take down. That would be really slow.
本当はあそこら辺エレベーターをボタンを押してガーって降りていくのをやらなきゃいけないんですけど、まあ落ちる方が早いんで、どんどん落ちていくと。普通のカタリストの RT は時間かかりすぎるから NG。
So that puts us down this area as well. When we first were trying to break this mission, we were using float glitch, because float glitch was found pretty early on when this game released. And we quickly realized it's just faster to fall to your death than it is to float at the speed of a crawl for several minutes, because the building's really tall. Oh yeah, and I skipped more stuff. More stuff happened.
Seems like a running theme.
Yeah. It's you're skipping minutes and you don't know. It's really hard to communicate exactly what we're skipping, but every room has like a ton of stuff in it. So,
what would you estimate a casual playthrough of this game, or even a run that you would do where you don't do the tricks? How much longer would it take?
Well, my casual run through, the very first time I beat this game was about 10 hours, and then, like I would say, a speed run where you were purposefully going fast would probably take 3. In New Game Plus, that'd be like, yeah, roughly 2 or comparable.
But world record for this category is?
Sub 50.
Okay. So you're cutting like 2 hours of content.
Yeah. Right now, I'm just trying to kill the enemies as fast as possible. Oh. Okay. Oh, these guys are very rude. Okay. Okay.
I don't know.
All right, there we go. All right, so that now we're on the countdown for a train, and we don't have to fight this boss guy. In fact, he's clipped into the couch right there, and you can't get out. So we just stand and wait. And fun fact, we're waiting for this train, but the train is right there. It's just sitting, doing nothing. So we're just, just chilling out. Here's Edge Cats, yeah.
左上の方に見えますけど。
Stuck in a couch though.
ここで電車乗りますと。
Alright. So it's a really long white screen.
まあ電車に乗るという、まあ電車に乗るんですけど、電車に乗るわけじゃないですね。
The load screens can be a little notorious. In casual play, it's alright. Not bad at all, because you're running everywhere. But in certain areas, there's undocumented load screens. It doesn't look like a load screen, but it actually is. So we have to remove those in the speedrun.com leaderboard. So if you check on the leaderboards right now, you'll notice that the times don't match up between the actual run and then the leaderboard time, and that's because we're actively removing those. Coming up is probably the most important glitch in the game. So I would like to ask for quiet time.
チャラ男が出てきましたね。ライドじゃなくてオンですね。そう。
Got it. So this is moonwalk glitch. We just have to wait for this door to go down. So I mean, like, it's just free time right there. But yeah, just walk and then hammer the other side. Like
okay, somebody needs to explain what just happened and why it was important.
Alex? Oh, it's not important.
No, okay.
It's sets up good RNG for the rest of
You got
SGDQ.
me. You tricked me. You tricked me, buddy. Sets up RNG for the whole rest of SGDQ? Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
That was big.
So this mission is quite on rails. It's all about efficient platforming. And we can actually get to the very end of the mission, and we've broken this in several ways. We can get out of bounds, we can do all that, but because of the way checkpoints work, if we don't go down into the level and follow it kind of blow for
ただ見た目がいいからって言ってるだけ
blow,
で
we
す。全然
can't progress the mission.
ゲームの内容には関係ないグリッ
You
チです
can
ね。
actually
ムーンウォークグリ
see
ッチとか。
the end of the mission from where we just jumped off from. And it's just a flow glitch away. So this would actually be a good time for donations.
Sure thing. We have $500 from Sliced Lime.
Slice.
Who says, had to get up at 3 a.m. to watch Matchbox Matt break our game. Good luck on the run, and don't let the rat derail you.
Thanks, Slice Lime. So Slice Lime is has been a huge help as a developer of this game, and he's on our Discord and helps us whenever we're in need. The folks in DICE are super supportive.
How did they feel about you breaking their game so badly?
Well, they responded to it pretty well last time their game got broken, so.
That's awesome.
Okay. All right, running to a checkpoint. So originally I thought that that was an overriding
そうです。
checkpoint.
RTA
and we could
大会
just
です。
clip out of bounds
まあ
and
大
run
会
into
というよ
that
りは
cutscene,
チャリティーイ
then
ベ
we'd
ン
be
トなん
fine,
で
but no go.
みんなが得意な RTA を
Oh
持ち
yeah,
込ん
sorry
で
guys. So
そ
we're
れ
trying to
を
save the world through
披露
parkour.
して
And
お金
we're
を集
fighting
めて
against the
国
corporations.
境なし
and we're-
医師団に
there's this
寄付するというイベント
huge
ですね。
device, like it's like an iPhone for your brain. It's called Reflection, and we're trying to stop it because it can control people's emotional states. So right here, we're trying to save the guy that they stole. Like he's basically our surrogate father. And yeah, that's what we're running into right now. Infiltrating. And we just met someone.
世界最大の RT イ
Story,
ベ
I
ント
guess.
で、本家のゲームズダンクイックの Twitch チャンネルでは今も
You saw him jump kick there.
15万人ぐらい
The jump
は、
kick does a lot.
15万人は見てます
This one
ね
is。still useful. Basically, the kick does physically extend Faith's hit
同
box,
説
so
で
she can hit triggers early and start cutscenes early. It's really important in the dashes and the ILs where you're trying to jump into the trigger, and every millisecond really counts.
Right here. Okay, so I have to dash back and make sure I crouch because these guys can actually shoot you through the floor. But
Elevators.
yeah, another donation's always good too.
そう去年の冬に RT in Japan という
$150
まあ
from
この規模には到底及ばないんですけど
The glitches Matt is showing us in
同じような
Mirror's
ことやり
Edge
ました。
Catalyst
募金
are
はない
almost
で
as
すけど、
crazy as the
た
ones
だまあ
Ninja showed us in the first
RT イベン
one.
トし
Good
て、
luck to the
そして
runners and
形のある
bad
もの
luck to the
去年の
animals.
冬に行われて、今年も8
So
月、
normally I'm supposed to
日本は
springboard,
顔出しして
but
ま
I
す。
just climb that wall once
ただ
it
顔出しし
stops.
たくない人はマスクつけたり、サングラスしたりしましたけど。でも基本的に顔出しはありですね。
Okay, I'm gonna wait for that diamond to
カメラあ
disappear.
り、マイクありで
It's。over.
秋
Now
葉原
really
で
in like
やっ
the
て
tail
まし
end
た
of the。run. We've got 3 missions left.
Yeah. It's a very front-ended run because a lot of the stuff
僕も
you
出てました
saw
ね。
in release and
そう。
Flytrap and
まあ詳しくは RT in Japan の YouTube とか見てもらえば
they're very much
わかると思い
50-50.
ます。
And if
雰囲気は。
you fail them, then you're dead, and it's
ググったら
basically
出てくるのか
reset.
な
So
in Japan
it's kind of liberating after Flytrap. We can coast just a little bit, well, mostly, except for things like Door Trap. Here we're talking about how we're going to stick it to the man and attack all these guys.
Yeah, now we're breaking into the boss guy's apartment to hack his personal stuff. He knows we're coming. Spoiler alert, but we parkour away, so it's no big deal.
He's just not ready for it.
Yeah. They talk about fighting the enemies, but we're going to skip all of them. This is another kind of case where if you blink, you'll miss it. We're going to skip the entire first floor and the second floor as well. And here it is.
Something interesting that you can't really do in the first game is you can wall run on a wall and then also climb up that same wall. You can do it in the first game, but it's kind of like a segmented trick. It's pretty easy, and it's used to skip floors just like that.
Yeah. So in casual play, that's like a 2-minute room of just running through people. Even if you ignored all the enemies and just run past them, it really takes you all around the place.
ここら辺のエリアは普通にやると誰も殺さなくても2分ぐらいかかる回だったのをどんどんスキップジャンプしていくと
There is a lot of tiny details. I guess we kind of gloss over.
ここら辺全然やったことがないとわからないと思うんですけど、結構その壁をジャンプしたり歩いたりっていうのはトリックとして難しくて、まあ NG プラスなんでもうちょっと簡単にできるんですけど、もし 2% だったらニューゲームだったらもっと難しかった。
Something I think every Mirror's Edge runner glosses over in marathons is you can really manipulate. Oh, there you go. Most important glitch.
So yeah, if you come into, you can actually get out here out of bounds, and there's no elevator for whatever reason, and there's no wall behind the elevator. This elevator is just randomly sticking outside of this building.
Yeah, just
このエレベーター直接このエレベーターの壁直接外に続いてるので、これを壁抜けできるんですけど、これ壁抜けしたら外に行っちゃうらしいですね。
So that's really important little details that not worth talking about usually.
Yeah. Like where the camera's facing, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. If you look like straight at a wall versus kind of like looking at an angle, you'll climb up faster if you're looking at the angle. So little stuff.
前回のイベントの見どころはバナナ食べて失敗して落ちたっていう。あれはもう Twitch でも結構。
Yeah.
When I first played this game, I spent like a good 10 minutes
使われてる。
walking around and looking at it.
Corruption pays, apparently.
This is pretty crazy. It's a really cool cutscene where she rides this little drone down.
みんなお気に入り。
Yeah, it actually takes you down. Like you see all of it.
RT Japan 公式の Twitch のエモートがあるんですけども、それの一つはこれです。
Tickets Please is where some like first-time runners get frustrated because after this game and all these really well-designed missions, you have this mission which doesn't work with the physics of the game. A lot of movement is based on the safety barriers provided for you. So you can't just like run off. Like the game will try and push you back onto a platform. So it feels really good, but for this mission, like the tiny little platforms that you have to climb on can be detrimental because the game will pull you so hard back on the floor that it'll carry you over to the other side and dump you off to your death. So instead of doing any platforming on those things, we just climb on top of those instead. Those like little things I was climbing on, I was supposed to pull down, and it was like a little platform.
Another interesting little speed tech he's doing is to get enough height to grab those, he's actually coiling. Oh, that's cool. He actually cancels the stumble there using the door. But coiling in this game is interesting because although it does slow you down your forward momentum, it also gets you a little bit of height. So you can use that in a lot of places to get up higher and grab ledges you're not supposed to.
What are you doing to stop these fans?
Oh, I'm using a disruptor, which is just like a little skill that you get in the mission. That's the only purpose, is to destroy fans.
Yeah, again, that's just a barrier for the story-wise for you to not move forward into the world until they want you to.
Sure.
Yeah. But we have our ways.
You can kind of mash through it and even walk through a moving fan, or what looks like it should kill you.
All right. Alright, so it almost fooled me off. And that would have been really bad because we would have been warped back like a whole minute.
Yeah, any death here, you go back to the previous button that you pressed last. So if you finish, or if you die at the next button, you have to go all the way back.
Yeah. So right now I'm pacing my movement to a T to make sure
そうですね。壁登りしてるからなのかな。
final
敵倒さなくてもどんどん
platform that I gotta jump on top of.
Yeah, the platforms are on cycles.
ただ敵倒さないとその敵にもうさらされてる状態でこういうトリックやんなきゃいけないので余計に危ないってい
There
う
we go. Got it.
状態ですね。
So if you are trying this at home, I'm hitting coil to make sure that I grab onto these platforms since it brings you up.
And what is coil?
Coil is this. There we go.
Yeah, it's just a part of the skill tree. Faith can't pull her legs up physically until she learns the skill, so...
Man.
Yeah.
She's like been alive for a long time without being able to do that.
She's had a tough life. All right. And this will be a good time for another donation.
All right, we have $5 from J Deem, who says, stuck at work? I feel like a dad missing his son's graduation. Good luck to my 2 baby boys. Send us a snap from the couch, Alex. Also, shout out to Slice Slime, the DICE dev who went through and made every cutscene skippable.
All right, and when we touch that, the mission's over. Ooh, so now we're getting to the end here. How's the
というわけで、これは最終ミッション
for the
ですね。
Easter egg?
The incentive has been met.
Woo! Oh, we can.
Oh, yeah.
このゲームクリアした後にイースターエッグをちょっと披露しましょう。イースターエッグって何かっていうと、まあゲームの中に隠れ仕様みたいなもんですね。だから普通は見つけることできないだろうみたいなものをちょっと披露してあげましょうっていうのがちょっとボーナスであります、この後に。
So we finally get to go on top of a train. Yes. Here's the thing. It's also a load screen because, you know, exposition dump and more load screens. You can get hit by things. It doesn't really matter. So we're good for another donation.
Sure thing. We have $150 from Mr. Z-Bub. GDQ events are always inspiring. I'm proud of what our community can accomplish. Keep doing what you do. GLHS. P.S. The animals are fictional. The frames are real.
なんかゲームおかしいけど。
$25 from Jazzy250 says Mirror's Edge and Mirror's Edge Catalyst were 2 games that I used to rage about for days on end. Watching these games finish so fast is a form of vicarious living for me. Thank you for that. Money to Nisam Dorma, because who doesn't want to hear that after a Ratchet and Clank run?
違う、50分ちょいなのかな。
Alright, so we're getting to
50分弱
the Easter egg right here. And this is out of bounds. Like, you're technically not supposed to be on this. Except for this little
もう
thing.
壁抜けしてあります。今ちょっ
This is
と
100% not the right way to go.
隠れ
It
仕
makes
様
that very clear.
披露してま
So
す。
you really have to be going out of your way to travel on these rails.
Oh gosh.
I guess they throw trains at you to tell you not to go there, huh?
These are super temperamental, by the way. It's a lot harder than it looks, because if
前
I
一
hold
回
forward
ちょっと
too
真ん
long,
中に行って
it's going to pull
電
me
車を
to
入
my
れ過ごし
death.
て
Just from the way
次
that
行っ
the
て
animations work. It really wants you to grab and pull over into a
やり
vault.
過ごして
Is that? No. That's
そうですね、右のやつは目標タイム。
Okay,
あ
gotta give another shot. It's okay.
あ壁抜きは仕様じゃないです。
Fun fact.
だから隠れ仕様って言い
if
つ
you
つ
get out
あ
of
の
bounds, or if
仕
you
様じゃ
climb
ない
to
も
the
のを
top
使って
of
隠れ仕様
this
を見るって
building,
いう
which is
なんか
called the shard, and float glitch all the way
何してるんだっ
down
て状態ですけど。
here, like the collision just
右のやつ
stops.
は目標タイムなの
They
で、
really
これを
did
超えない
never
ように頑張りますとい
to
う
go
タイムです
go
ね。
past these 5 little notches.
I'll say it's
これ
just
正
start
規
this
ルート
over
じゃない
again.
で
I don't know
す。
anything about the story, but I'm
これ
really
もう
looking
壁
forward
抜け
to
て
the
るので
final
バグを
cutscene
使っ
again.
てます。
The final cutscene is glorious. Okay, so we've been giving the story a hard time. It's kind of like the first game meets Michael Bay, and you know, like the first half of the game, like each cutscene is someone yelling at someone else. It's really hard life working for the conglomerate all the time. So, but then everyone stops kind of taking themselves so seriously, and it becomes really charming. And that kind of comes to a head at the very end. What is that?
でかいネズミが
It's
取
a
ってた。
rat.
That's actually a giant rat. For
Yeah.
people who stuck around from the first Mirror's Edge run, the joke continues 8 years later. Yep.
The rat train. And some of the that was an Easter egg. That's hilarious too.
But to put it in
Here's
perspective,
donations.
this rat has nothing to do with the story of the game. It just keeps popping up though.
Yeah. In the load screens,
っていうだけでした。それが
it
イースターエ
tells
ッグで
you
した。
like if you see the rat the size of a car, you're playing the wrong game. Reference to the first game. So this mission, when I first played it, I just found stunning. It's so beautiful. It's so gorgeous. And a little auto-scrolly, but it's okay. There's some pretty big skips. Just keep your eyes peeled. You're not going to know when it hits you, I promise. But this is another good time for donations.
We sure do. We have a $100 donation from Anonymous. I'm a coach with a local parkour team and just had to donate during the Mirror's Edge games. Donation to Runner's Choice and a shout out to Parkour Generations Boston.
What did you just do?
I just despawned enemies. I don't know how.
I've never seen that.
That's awesome. That hallway is supposed to have enemies. Also, that entire first half, I was timing as quickly as I could to make sure that I caught the first cycle of that fan, and we got it. So
This is literally my nightmare in real life, what you're doing.
I've reached the top.
And here's another little skip. Alright. There we go. And then this is pushing me against an invisible wall, so that funnels me towards that.
Yeah, there's some stairs way over there, but going over there is slow.
Nice. So that's another little optimization, coiling up things and avoiding any kind of animation, but it's a little harder than it looks.
And right here, yeah, he's going to use the wall climb turn on there. Instead of just jumping to the pipe, you do the wall climb turn to skip a trigger. Normally there's debris that falls and it tries to hit you, and you're forced to kind of backtrack onto some old poles that you already know. The debris doesn't hit you, but the wall climb turn skips that trigger. So you can just climb all the way up.
どんどん登っていってますね。
Alright. Little optimization right here. Rolling into that vent. And our first glimpse of green. Kinda, sorta.
So Matt, how does it feel to have the eyes of the real parkour community on you right now?
It feels fine. Feels fine. Fun fact. You can float glitch around here, and you can float on top of those rocks, but the rest doesn't have any collision, so you'll just fall to death.
This game has a lot of tools for just exploring out-of-bounds areas for fun.
Yeah,
even if it's not useful.
You can really break it, because float glitch opens up
RT には役に立たないけど、いろんなところで壁抜けとかできるので、そういう意味でこのゲームを楽しめるっていうのもあるらしいです。
Nothing especially important is happening.
もはや死亡じゃないかってぐらいあるっぽいですね。
Close your eyes, it's not. Okay. So what he did there is, you can kind of see he's climbing up this pole, but now he's just climbing up this nothing.
パイプなくなったけど、パイプ
So
ど
that's
んどん
called
登って
pipe
ます
hole
ね。これ
because you jump from the pole onto the pipe. It's really well named. And what you can do from that is you just kind of disconnect Faith's hitbox from the pole and you can infinitely climb. So you can just use that to climb to the top of this elevator shaft without having to worry about anything.
Yeah, yeah. This would be a good time for donation as well.
Sure thing. $50 from Serial Port. I worked as a programmer on this game for almost 4 years, so I had to donate. I'm amazed at the number of glitches I'm seeing, and we're not 4 minutes in yet. No, a little more than 4 minutes now. This community is awesome, and SGDQ is awesome, and Doctors Without Borders is awesome. Keep running and save the animals.
So there's the
空気
rest
パイ
of the
プ
mission,
外に出ても
by
ど
the
んどん
way,
登ってい
if
って
you,
ま
if
す
you want to see it, because you're not going to normally. Yeah, this keeps going forever. You can climb this forever.
このままもう永遠に登っていけるらしいです。まあただ RT なんで目的地まで登りますけど。
This mission is really beautiful, and when you play it casually on your own time, I promise it's a delight. Like
このミッションめちゃくちゃ見た目綺麗なんで、ぜひやってくださいと。
But we never get to see it because something special is I think I see in the distance.
Oh, we're going up.
If one of you guys want to explain what's happening here?
So pretty much he's just gonna use this glitch to take himself all the way to the very end of the mission. So the final door is at the top of this
Yeah, and possibly one of the most convenient skips in the most convenient skip in this game, let alone one of the most convenient skips I can think of. The trigger for the door is above the one pole that you can infinitely climb.
すごい、でも景色がめっちゃ綺麗。
That's awesome.
So this skips like 5-6 minutes. Way longer if you're casually playing through, but if you're like hardcore trying to speedrun it, it saves a ton of time.
Yeah, and conveniently
これの
it's
パイ
loaded
プ、
at the top
空
all
気
the way
パイプ
up
登り
here,
だけでもう5分、6分
which
は
is
短縮できるらしい
fantastic.
です
So
ね。
time's coming up, right?
Yeah. Once I burst through this door, we
もうこ
are
れ登り
done.
切った
Then we
ら
get some real acting.
ゴールですと。
Done.
That's time.
で、クリアです。
So, as is tradition, we like to kind of bask and enjoy this cutscene. Well, do the entire thing, just a little bit.
My name is Caitlin Connor.
Just
You were daughter of Erica and Martin. And my sister.
I have no sister. You left me!
Actor of the Year, Matchbox Matt.
the rights.
そうですね、もう全部省いて、どんどん登ってって終わり
I
です。
cried for months.
And then
And,
I
yeah,
convinced
then
myself
that's-
that you know.
It was the only way. It gets even better, but I would just like to. I'm gonna skip this because I can't watch that and thank people at the same time.
もうこれ見れねえやと思ってる。
Thank you so much to the Mirror's Edge Catalyst Discord community. It is the most amazing set of people. We really like a family. And if you're interested in running this game, or even if you're just interested in playing it, pick it up. I promise you, you'll have a good time. And we have the Discord available on speedrun.com. So
も
if
し
you're
この
interested in joining
RTA
us,
興味
we're
持ったら
actively breaking the
Discordの
game.
サーバーがあ
We're
るん
finding
で
something
そこ
new
に来てくだ
almost
さい
every
と。
month. Like a couple skips in this were
見
found
つけられるか
like
な
literally
あ
this past
ミラー
week. So we're very active, and I'd like to thank my amazing couch and my amazing
Katalist.
friends. Thank you so much.
Please follow Matchbox Matt if you don't already. You're a fool if you don't. Go to his channel, hit that follow button right now.
という感じでミラーズエッジカタリストでした。で、この後にまたぶっ壊れゲーム DK64 です。
All right. Thanks, Matt, for that fantastic run of Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Coming up next, we have no levels early in Donkey Kong 64 by Kiwi Killa. Right now, we're going to throw you over to a quick Twitch ad.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Tones Balloons taking over for Johnny Cage, and I'll get to a couple donations right after these messages. GDQ is sponsored with Humble Bundle. Humble monthly subscribers get over $100 worth of games for only $12 every month and get to keep the games, just like a regular Humble Bundle. The Humble Bundle Trove is a new collection of Humble Originals and other DRM-free games and is available to Humble monthly subscribers. The Humble store offers over 5,000 games, and Humble monthly subscribers get a 10% discount on store purchases. The Humble community has given over $98 million to charity so far. Humble Bundle, Humble store purchases, and Humble monthly subscribers all benefit charity. Humble monthly subscriptions and regular Humble bundles both make great gifts. Individual Steam keys from any bundle can also be gifted to a friend. You can find Fangamer at www.fangamer.com. They have official merch for Undertale, Hollow Knight, Hyper Light Drifter, and more. 2 Earthbound books that will absolutely not help your speedrun time. Clothes, figurines, pins, plushes, and books. All profits from sales of GDQ merch goes to Doctors Without Borders. Silky Z donates $25. Hello everyone, Silky here with a donation 2 of 7. Really excited about the world record Symphony of the Night run last night. And for all the runs yet to come, as always, donation goes to Reader's Choice. For all future donations to Reader's Choice, my Reader's Choice is Zem, the Ratchet and Clank runner, singing an opera during the run, for future reference. Master Crypto Trader 1507 donates $25.55. Donation 2 of 7. Looking forward to DK64 tonight, the next run, actually. As buggy and broken as it is one of my favorite Nintendo/Rareware titles of all time. Kill those animals. This is games done quick, not games done nicely. Artist Omega donates $50. Happy 4th of July weekend to all SGDQ. Let's put on our Benjamins, Lincolns, Jeffersons, Hancocks, Grants, even our Washingtons into helping those that need the support around the world. Just like the support our founding fathers gave us for the good old US of A. Put this towards the starter and Pokemon being Uncle Sam because of the 4th of July spirit, plus fire-type Pokemon plus GDQ equals SGDQ fireworks show. We have $200 from Skellington. Been watching Games Done Quick since 2012. Thank you to all the runners, staff, and donors who make this awesome event possible. Watching this speedrun makes me want to try Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Put this donation towards matchboxmatt's choice. Howard and Nestor donates $25. I don't know what incentive to vote for, so put it toward Fiesel's choice, or Spike Vegeta's if Fiesel isn't available. Star Cruiser donates $25. Actual greeting from Germany. Thanks GDQ for messing with my sleep schedule, and very glad to support a good cause yet again. These Mirror's Edge runs always amaze me. Here's to many more great runs. P.S. We'll donate another $25 if the announcer can pronounce my best friend's name correctly, which would be Henning. You rock, my man. Ooh, I really wish I got that right. We have $10 from Dad Jokes Done Quick. Dad Jokes Done Quick here. If Faith was a dairy farmer, how would she keep track of her cows? With a Mirror's Edge Catalyst. I'm gonna donate $10 and a bad joke every night of GDQ. And if you read them all on air, I'll donate an extra $100 during the finale. So far, so good. Thank you. You're all wonderful. Money goes to the runner's choice. We have $150 from Anonymous. Greetings all the way from Costa Rica. Long-time watcher, but first time I got the chance to donate. You guys do an amazing job every year and given me a crazy amount of good entertainment. Just as Doctors Without Borders saves people around the globe, this goes to saving the animals. Keep it up. We have Vemarox donating $25. Watching SGDQ in the past was one of the things that helped me motivate me to choose a career in nursing, and ever since it has been my dream to one day work alongside MSF. Until then, keep being awesome, GDQ. We have $100 from Anonymous. Here's to a good cause. Good luck to Black Belt. Let's see Mirror's Edge beaten quickly without major glitches. Shout out to the Mirror's Edge community. Donation goes to 5Xual's choice. Nick Boyer donates $20. So happy to be donating to SGDQ for the first time. Loving these runs and I can't wait to see more. Cadva donates $25. Hi guys, finally able to watch you live, but don't tell that to my boss. Keep the good works and be the god of skill and luck be with you. P.S. Save the animals. Love from Australia. We have $15 from Lamer. Awesome to see you on SGDQ Jinja Ninja. Your tutorials for us newbies are super helpful. Shoutouts to T-Chops for the self-aware glitch memes. Put this towards D2 Corvo for the memes. We have $150 from Anonymous. Hey there, GDQ team. This is the game that I watched the VOD of that got me into all this GDQ stuff. It also finally got me to pick up this game a few days ago to speedrun myself. I think this is Mirror's Edge. I hope it's Mirror's Edge. I hope that this donation is going to a great cause, seeing that it is the last of this paycheck. Also, the money can go to the runner's choice. $25 from TechArc. It's amazing how much dedication is put into mastering these games. Keep up the great work. Dark Plasma Ball donates $150. Looking forward to another great GDQ marathon. Best of luck to all the speedrunners this week, and shout out to Team Liquid. Thank you, Plasma Ball. We have $25 from Fat Uncle Jubilan. First time watching SGDQ and I'm blown away. That blindfolded green hill run was sick. Thanks and good luck to all the runners. We have $5 from Nettie. First time donating won't be my last this week. Shout out to my boyfriend Jens, who's missing all of the fun of these runs.
さて戻りました。お昼ご飯を調達してきましたね。
We have $5 from Nico B.
定期的に
As a student studying game design, I should be horrified seeing all of these games, these game-breaking exploits. As a Sonic fan, however, all I can say is
公式日本語リストリームです。
By the way, save the animals.
まあ目的としては、これは海外イベントなんで元は英語のストリームがあるわけですけど、それは日本人が日本語で見れる環境を作ろうっていうのがこのリストリームの目標です。
We have $5 from Brian. First time actually getting to
本
watch
家言ってもらえばわかるんですけども、英語ってだけじゃなくかなりチャットも流れが速くなってるっていうのがあるんで、なかなかあとコミュニケーションというのは難しいので、そういう意味でこういう環境を用意してます。で、サマーゲームスダンクイックは国境なき医師団にチャリティーで募金をしていますね。で、それの
$50 from JT Feegs. First time donating, lots of respect to all the
寄
runners.
付リン
Would
ク
love
が
to
こ
see
こに
some
ある
records
ん
broken
で
this
す
week.
が、
I would too.
直接の寄付が今日本からはできないようです。 できたって人がいるんですが、それは確かビザカードのデビットカードを持ってればできると。